Matt Ryan to the Colts is official. I think it's great for the Colts. He's the perfect remedy for Carson Wentz, who is wildly talented, but up, down, up, down. You know exactly what you get with Matt Ryan. Atlanta is going to pay a lot of the salary, so he's only a $24 million cap hit. That's it for Indy. That's incredibly manageable. And they may work that in year 2 and 3, guaranteed money. So, and off of Carson Wentz, Matt Ryan is steady, great at the line of scrimmage, very nice distributor. He is a declining older quarterback, but they just got to the playoffs 2 years ago with Matt Ryan, and he's better than Matt, and he's better than with Phillip Rivers, and Matt's better than Phillip Rivers. So, first of all, it's a win for the Colts. It's terrific for the Colts. A grown-up. I mean, when you say Matt Ryan, great O-line, Jonathan Taylor, good defense, that feels like a playoff team. It would absolutely, that whole thing would be a playoff team in the NFC. Who knows if they can make it in the AFC? But this morning, I feel like they can win the division with that group. That's great for the Colts. You only gave up a third-round pick. Secondly, it's a win for Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan finally gets an elite O-line and a star running back. So, and it's the same wonky division. He left a wonky division. He goes to a wonky division. So this is not a loss for Matt Ryan. He gets his money, and he gets better protection. And, by the way, Atlanta was a mess for him. Calvin Ridley is suspended for a year, and they just lost Russell Gage to Tampa. So he loses a great tight end, but they were a mess at wide receiver. Atlanta's in a complete rebuild, and they were in a rebuild with Matt Ryan. So that thing, he just escaped that thing. He just went to a playoff roster. So Matt Ryan win. This is a win-win. Now, what do the Falcons do? Reportedly, they're looking at Marcus Mariota. If he could stay healthy, he's okay. Marcus can play. He can't stay healthy. I mean, he's just one of those guys. He is brittle. He is thin. He likes to move. He's good at moving. He unlike Russell Wilson, he can't avoid contact. So you're not going to have him to last a year. But I think here's what Atlanta's looking at right now. We get out from under the Matt Ryan contract. We're not a Super Bowl team anyway. We're probably not going to win a ton of games this year now. And next year in a great college quarterback draft, we're going to have a top 5 pick. So I think Arthur Blank from an ownership position thought, listen, we got to restart this puppy. We wanted to eventually get out from under this contract. So we'll eat some of it, get a 3rd-round pick. Atlanta is looking to next draft. That's what the Atlanta Falcons are doing. We're not going to win the Super Bowl anyway. Let's get out from under this contract, and let's this is not a tanking year. Those don't exist in the NFL. Atlanta's going to be a bottom 5 team. I can tell you that right now. Atlanta's going to be a bottom 5 team. The Giants are going to be a bottom 5 team. There's a handful of them in the NFL. There's not a lot of them in the AFC. But Atlanta is looking to, not this draft, next year's draft. It's not a bad move for Arthur Blank. You weren't winning anything this year anyway. The Braves just won the World Series. You got SEC football. There's stuff to do in that market. I mean, the Hawks were better than you thought. It's not going to be a great NFL year for the Atlanta Falcons. All right. It's a bad division. You'll win some games anyway. But this is a win-win. Good for the Colts. Good for Matt Ryan. And long-term, I think it's good for the Falcons. You weren't going anywhere with Matt Ryan. You weren't going anywhere. You got Kyle Pitts in-house. He's unbelievable. So the Falcons get a 3rd-round pick. And by the way, Tom Pelissero was one of the people that broke it. Good for him. And, everybody wants a winner and a loser in this stuff. I think Matt won, the Colts won, and long-term, Atlanta won. They're fine. It's going to be a good draft next year. They're going to get one of the picks. Remember, think about who could be bad this year. Most of the teams don't need a quarterback. Jacksonville doesn't need a quarterback if they're bad. They're fine. So Atlanta is in the quarterback sweepstakes in a really good quarterback draft in a couple years. Basically a year and a month from now. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.